How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam. I also go by Ruby T. I think I sound a bit more excited than normal today. I suppose that's good. Anyway, today we're back with more VDL content. In a pretty quick turnaround from last season, it is now time for Season 6 of the VDL. And it's this season, it's the VDL V. So the VDL V Create League, basically it's been split into two divisions. And it looks to be more competitive and with a higher skill level than ever before, which is really, really awesome. We are in the higher division despite protests about the the way we're drafting the team, mostly from me. But there we go. We'll get into all that in a minute. But yeah, so this is basically going to be a little bit of an explanation about how we drafted this season's team, what the team looks like, my division I'm in, a few other bits and bobs. Obviously, the inevitable pre-season VDL Awards, which have sound inevitable, but I mean, I only did them once before, so whatever. But before all of that, I'm just going to have a very quick recap of last season's team. So let's crack on with that. Obviously, if you don't subscribe, please do that. It'd be really, really awesome. And follow my Twitch and all that good stuff. Thanks. Okay, so here we go. Here's this is last season. We came runner-up, which is well, it's really great. Runner-up is great. Apart from it sucks because it means we didn't win, but it's we did pretty well considering it's our first season. And particularly considering how bad a start we had to the competition. Full disclosure, I mean, I did not prep well the first few weeks. I didn't take it seriously enough. I totally underestimated the skill level of the guys involved, and we were heavily punished. We were sitting at 1-3. We had lost. Yeah, I mean, if you look at our record, our overall record was 19-10, and if you consider, I think that was 3-6 after the first 4 weeks. It was really bad, But then after that fourth week loss, we won every single game, overall game up until the final. We didn't drop a game, I think, and then we only dropped apart from the 2 I lost in the final, that would mean we only dropped 2 games the whole rest of the way to in our run to the final, which is pretty good, and I was pretty pleased with that. Played some good stuff, got a bit of luck along the way as well, but yeah. Anyway, I was trying to keep this brief, so the obvious key team members were Finny, Mr. Rhyme, Wheezing, and Togedemaru, and Septal were an honourable mention for being really good in playoffs, even though they didn't take that many kills. It was just there, and it was really useful. And yeah, but to be honest, the MVP of the whole team was definitely Mr. Rhyme, which I was not anticipating. It was so good. I brought it all the time. It didn't do a lot of killing. But it was just so good. It was supporting other Pokemon and occasionally taking some KOs up its own right and stuff. And even down to little things like removing Archeops as a threat in the semi-final against Saki because of its Ice Shard and stuff. Yeah, it was just great. So well done, Mr. Rhyme. Overall, I've rated the team fine. It wasn't great. It was a good team a lot of the time, but I found it had a lot of heavy counters. At least I found it hard. I think Theo helped me a lot with some of the building, but I think we did find it hard to build with if our initial ideas weren't really working. It was hard to find a kind of backup, but there we go. Anyway, on with the main show. This season for the VDL, as many of you will know, I have had Gemma draft my team for me. And before we get on with that, I'm going to explain how that all kind of works. So here we go. Gemma was given access to the tier list, and I basically said, look, just choose your favourite Pokemon, okay? Just choose your favourites. Anyway, she chose 15 tier 1s and a couple of tier 2s, and then Jigglypuff and Galarian Rapidash. And I said, okay, let's go on the website, let's have a look at the tier lists, and they order how you can pick Pokemon, 1 tier 1, 2 tier 2s, etc, etc. And so then what we did was split it into tiers, and Gemma picked her favourite Pokemon from each tier. And then we put them out in an order of favourites. So for example, in tier 1, our first choice was always going to be Glastrier, then it was going to be Spectrier, then I think it was Regieleki, then Tapu Fini, then Tapu, and so on like that, right? So we just ordered. It wasn't about synergy so much. It was just these are the orders of the important Pokemon that Gemma wants me to draft, okay? Then we added all their backups, and then basically we came up with an idea. And I suggested loads of alterations based on what would be better for the VGC battling part of it. They were mostly ignored, and so in the end I said, fine, you pick 10 and I'll pick 1. Just to try and see if I can chuck a Pokemon in there that ties it all together. So yeah, there we go. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we drafted. So the team kind of gets broken down into 4 main parts, okay? part number 1 is the horses. We managed to get Glastria and Spectria, which is pretty cool. Not only is it pretty cool because we got both of those horses, but also I think they do like they mirror each other quite well, obviously, so that's quite nice. We have Mudsdale as well. Have a bit of history of Mudsdale, kicking my ass with Mudsdale in season 2 of the VBA, and of course Galarian Rapidash, which no one sniped. Nobody sniped Galarian Rapidash despite my best efforts. But anyway, they're the horses. Then after the horses, we had to add on Ruby. Now, obviously, as many of you know, Ruby is our cat, and usually Ruby is represented as a Purloin or Lipard, but that was stolen from us right under our noses, and so we have a Lowland Persian instead, who is the backup. Now, personally, I'm not too worried about this. I really like a Lowland Persian. I've always wanted to try it out, so I'm glad I get a chance. The next portion of the draft was to add in the girls, as Gemma called them. Now, originally, the Gothorita was meant to be Salazzle, but obviously we weren't able to get Salazzle because I think Otto got it in the end, which is really cool. I think Salazzle's an awesome Pokemon. But yeah, like we were going to pick all female Pokemon and Jigglypuff. But I'm happy with Gothorita. I think it's kind of a cool pick. And again, it's fun stuff to play around with. It doesn't really help with my growing weakness to Ghost, but hey, you know, there's a free team building tip for you. Anyway, we then finally filled it out with my pick, which was the Bronzor. And then we had to have a grass and a water type when I tried to suggest to Gemma, like, can we please pick a grass and a water type, please? Because fire types are off the table because apparently they're all too ugly. And most of these decisions were based on what the Pokemon look like and not what they do. So, yeah, we got Roserade because it's made of flowers, and then Crawdaunt because of all the water types there. They had a star on its head, and gotta be honest, I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too displeased. So there we go. That's the team. It's fine. It's again, much like the Dice team, it's kind of better than how it could have been, right? Like, it could have been worse. And it's got some cool stuff in there. There's some stuff I'm really excited to try. But on the whole, it's not perfect. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. I'm really, really excited to get going with the team and see what we've got to build in. So, last season, 4 guys came out of our division. And this season, I think it could be a similar kind of thing again, to be honest with you. With this season, we've been placed in Sapphire division, which I think I was in Pearl last time, and Pearl was obviously awesome. But this time we're in Sapphire, and I'm going to show you the the division and just a few little notes I think about each person's team. So first up, we have got the Old English Penguins. I had a look at their team, and they've got a pretty bulky top layer, right? Like, it's a pretty threatening bulky top layer in Crest, Prim, Credilli, and then they've got to kind of mirror that, there's really fast damage dealers like Jolteon, Blaziken, etc. And they've got a Toxapex as well. So they're coached by Gert. We played Gert last season in playoffs. He's really, really good. So yeah, not ideal. And there's a theme to this, by the way. If you look down the list of every division, every player you get to, you go, oh yeah, they're really good. Oh yeah, they're really good. Oh shit, they're really good. So yeah, that kind of goes on and on. But there we go. Second, we got Sting like a Rabombees. Sting like an Urshifus. And this is, whoa, spelling mistake. Full Momo Dark Team. Oh, I'm not going to change it. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to change it. So, this is Batista, and he always drafts a Monotype team. This season, his Monotype team is a Dark-type team. He's got some scary Pokemon. Urshifu, obviously, is fantastic in this format, and Mandibuzz, Sableye, Weavile all provide really good support. I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I think this is going to be a bigger challenge for him this year than last year's team, the Mono Poison team, because I think that he's going to have to really, really work hard. There's a lot of good players in this division. There's stronger players overall. And I have a feeling offensively, Dark is going to be a difficult type to use. I just feel like it is. Fairy is such a strong type as well. That But if anyone can do it, Batista can, because he's really, really good at Pokemons. So yeah, let's see how he gets on. Next up is Horse & Co., which is us. Our main threats are very obvious. Obviously, got a very handsome coach, and overall, we just tried to draft as much of a stable team as possible. Next up, we have Matrix and his Free Willies. Tapping Finney was so good for me last year, so I know how good it is. And I think actually he probably got a better team around it than I did. He's got some really great support options. And Mienshao is really, really good in this format. And I'm really excited to see him use Darmanitan as well. Also, a disclaimer, this was done before the end of the trades and transactions, so if anything's wrong, it's not my fault. I just don't have enough time to do a video afterwards, so I'm doing it now. Secondly, we have Doug Bro's Sapphire version, and that team is coached by Saki, who is the brother of Guma. who's also a Doug Bro. A very strong looking rain mode and very nice pieces around it. Raikou was excellent last season, as we saw. And I also note, like, I think the Mantine pick is a really, really nice pick. I really like that a lot as good value. And also, other things about Matrix and about Saki, both good players. So, yeah, more difficulty in getting out of division. Finally, we have the Drowsy Sand Dragons. They got a really, really bulky Firewater Grass core. Which obviously it's nice in any format, but like the bulk and in that core is really nice in this. Rabombi and Zatu both provide really good support, and also Aromatisse Aromatisse? I guess that's how you say it. I don't know, Aromatisse. It just really stands out as like an awesome pick as well. So yeah, all in all, pretty cool division, and I'm really excited to get going. I can't wait to see who we face. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, now all the boring stuff's done. We move on to the awards. I know that's why you're all here. I know that's why you want it. And here we are. It's the Ruby T Pokemon Annual Awards of the VDL preseason stuff things. Next year, I will endeavour to come up with a better name. But here we go. Here are the awards. We have the Most Want to See category. The Most Want to See category is the team or a particular Pokemon on a team that I most want to see in action. We have the Most Likely to Draft a Galarian Bird, Weather Team, and a Doug Trio award. This is a new award this season, and looking forward to see who wins it. Then third, we have the obvious favourite team name. Last year, that was won by Gumi in the Roll Gold Pretzels. Will he be able to keep the crown this year? And finally, we have the award for Best in Show. This is the team that I think is probably going to do, well, not necessarily going to do the best, but I think is the one I'd most like to use, or the best drafted team, or the most scary. However you want to look at it, it just, yeah, it's a fake awards show. So you know, get on with it. Anyway, without further ado, we have. In the winner for the Most Want to See category is Regice. This was drafted by the Georgia Gherkins, and I always feel sorry for Regice because all of it's like a little, you know, Reggie brothers and sisters get to see the light of day all the time, and they always seem to find a niche in whatever format that's going on. Apart from Regice, poor old Regice. And I'm really, really excited to see what this coach can do with the Regice on this team. I'll definitely be looking at. I hope they record their matches. I'll definitely be looking out to see how that gets on. So there we go. The next award goes to the coach most likely to draft a Galarian Bird, Weather, and a Doug Trio. And this season, in an unprecedented turn of events, this award has been won by two coaches, and they happen to be brothers. It's the Doug Bros, the Doug Tree Bros. It is the Bolton Bashers, the Tyranitar Sources, Saki and Guma, who somehow both drafted a Galarian Bird, a Weather Team, and a Doug Trio. So, you know, props, guys. Favourite team name? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I like it. Gumi, I like it. I told you last season I liked it. I like it this season, and no one's team name has come in and changed my mind. So, congratulations. And finally, the main award, the one that you've all been waiting for, my very, very sort of not really that, but I mean, I just like looked through the teams and chose one I thought was the best. But anyway, the team I think is the most threatening out there this season goes to the Norwegian Darmanitans. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to delve too deep into this, but it looked just every single Pokemon on this team feels a really, really nice role. It covers its own weaknesses pretty well, especially with the trade. With I think it was the Tornadoes coming in. It looks like it's going to be pretty much impossible to determine like a full-on weakness. And I'm not going to go through the Pokemon, but just go and check out Colopsy's team. It is insane. Really, really well drafted in a pretty difficult format. So, yeah, there you go. Congratulations to all the award winners. You win absolutely nothing, as you well know. But, yeah, anyway, I hope you're all looking forward to the video. Here's my little, like, you know, silly video that I do each time instead of power rankings. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone else's power rankings. I know I whinge about them sometimes, but I do like to see them, you know, when they're nicely done and stuff. So yeah, if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe and all that stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon.